Are we live? Are we dead? I don't know. So let's find out. Hello, people. Got an itch. I'm not picking my nose, I'm just scratching it. What a day. Are we live? Yeah, we are. Okay. So let's go here. Facebook. I do this on my phone. There we go. Go live. 1, 2, 3. Can I switch it? I did. Yay! Now I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, I think the end of the year, because I'm slowly getting away from Facebook. Most of my lives will go on YouTube, which is at, the at sound like the email, at bugs_place. You should be able to find me there. I might change it. I don't know. But so we did some road preparation yesterday because the sand out here is, I know people from Brookings would understand this. When you walk out on the beach, you have the really light sand before you get to the harder sand to walk on. Well, that's kind of what our road is the very light sand, which you could totally get stuck in. And getting the big trucks in that hauls the rocks and the other stuff can't. So here's the update. The county here is very, they don't do like just the permit for the sewer, permit for this, permit. They want to put it all in one big huge thing. I should call the state back and tell them, how can we do one part at a time, but I'm not going to push it. So we kind of have some other options that people talk to us about. So we are heading in that direction. First of all, we're waiting for a quote for another Connex. So this will be Connex number 2. This one will have windows up at the very top. So like this window would be about yay big, and it would be up higher, be enough to bring in light. And so when you open up the big Connex doors, you're going to have a wall, and it's going to have a window on one side and a regular outside door on the other. So we're going to go from there. I'm not going to give away any of the other stuff, but you guys are going to be on the way of it. Of course, modern containers in Reno, excuse me, we're waiting for a quote for them. They are very sweet people there. If you ever, anybody that watches this that is in Reno, Fallon, Fernley, Stagecoach, Dayton, Silver Springs, anything that wants a really good Connex and great people to work for, and you can actually physically, and this is one of their things, is they want you to come out and physically actually see. They have a one trip Connex. I think with delivery it cost us like 5 or just a little bit under 5,000. I'd have to look it up. Hi Karen, I see you on Facebook. But anyways, they're a really good company. They're very sweet. The owner is awesome, and they're very caring. And we talked to him about what we want to do. About the Connex is a triangle and putting them together. And he goes, "Oh, I can help you with that." I'm like, "Really?" And I told him, I said, I want a greenhouse in the middle. So both of the Connexes, I mean, all 3 Connexes will make a square. I mean, make a triangle. Can't tell the difference between a triangle and a square. But anyways, a triangle. And in the middle, I want it to be a greenhouse. And now I talked to him. I said, the permit, when this does happen, they want the permit for Lyon County. They want, since it is so new about these containers, Connexes being homes, that they want you to have an engineer. And he goes, "What?" He goes, "I just did a 4-story Connex home in Fernley." And he showed us a picture. It's gorgeous. And he goes, "All they did was get a permit. And all I did was sign off on it." And he's the one that put them together and helped. He goes, "I'll do the same thing when you're ready." And we talked about it. Well, if we get all 3 of them we're not ready yet. And he goes, "Just call me when you're ready and we will do it." And I'm like, yes. You know, the whole thing of the relief just came totally off of me, you know, because, and I talked to them. I go, "Well, they said we had to have a engineer to put them all 3 together, and then an engineer for the foundation." He goes, "These Connexes, especially the ones that you're getting, don't need a foundation. They could be set right on rock." And that's what you guys are doing. You're putting it on rock, on road base. He goes, "I wouldn't recommend it on sand, but road base rock." And he goes, "Because you got about this high on all 4 sides, it already off the ground. And you got holes for venting and everything. And there's enough room to run your pipe through for your kitchen and everything." So Tim kind of designed our small little place right now. So we're going to have, I'm going to use my fingers. So we have one already setting like this. Okay. And the other one will set at an angle like this. Or is it? No, it's an angle like this. There'll be a little bit difference. And then in between these 2, we're going to put shade fabric across and probably gravel it right now until we get ready to pour cement slab down there, because that's going to be the floor. But he goes, "You know, a greenhouse, as long as you call it something other than a greenhouse, you can have your greenhouse and be the 600 square feet." So I said, "So I could put my dining area, which I plan on doing, in there, so we can have dinner in the middle of all these plants, year-round plants." And he goes, "Yep." He goes, "That's what you do." So we're waiting for a quote for the next Connex, because like I said, he'll have windows and a regular door. It's going to have 6 windows on each, 3 on each side, and then one, and then the 7th window, so actually 7, is going to be turned, and it's going to be up and down so you can actually see out, and then the door is going to be solid. So like if we go on a trip, we can close the big huge 2 doors and lock it up, and we don't have to worry about anybody breaking in. So that's actually really good. And what else? What else is new? We might have a chance. They tried to rain earlier. We do still have a chance. It's cloudy outside. Partly cloudy, I'd say, because we got sun. I mean, it's weird because the clouds look like they're painted right now. I can't flip that one over. Oh, I might. But see how I said the clouds look like it's painted? Let me see if I can do it on Facebook camera. Oh, sorry about that one. There. See how the clouds are looks like they're almost painted on. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Crazy, crazy people. Crazy things. But anyways, back. So we did that, and we might put a small septic in. I don't know yet. We're still talking about that. So we're doing all of that, and we're working on it. At least we're one step closer to it, which is positive. And what other? Oh, my bucket. If anybody watched any of my other stuff, is I wanted to put a barrel and bury it because I have this little section, and I did a live while I was working on it. I got that done the other day. That there was actually flash flooding out here, not out where we live, unfortunately, darn it, but out in Stagecoach, which is not too far from here. They closed down 5. So but anyways, but I have to show you again. Actually, this, oops, sorry. Oh, he flew off, damn it. Oh, I said a bad word. Sorry. But I was trying to get Facebook a bird, one of the little doves that they fly around here. Haven't seen him for a while. But anyways, getting back to what I was trying to say is, so we had some rain, some really good rain. It was supposed to be like dry thunder, chances of dry thunder and fire and everything else. And well, it poured down rain. I mean, it literally poured down rain. Karen's watching. She knows what I mean by pouring down rain because she lived in Brookings. When it pours, it pours. And here, even though it's sand and it should just go right through, it doesn't. When it pours that hard, it just stays right on top. Well, I had 2 inches, and this is over a week ago. This happened. So it was like a flash flood, like Arizona would see, is basically what the rain was. Because it didn't rain all day. It rained like, I would say 10-15 minutes before it let up. And then it'd rain a little bit later on. But it wasn't like a downpour like this was. I bet we got 6 inches of rain in 10 minutes. I mean, it just totally dumped it down. But anyways, my barrel got 2 inches of rain in it. About. I didn't unhook it. I should have measured it. But that water is still staying after having about 3 days of 100-degree temperature. That water is still there. It probably evaporated a little bit. It's probably like 1.5 inches or just under 2, but it's still there. So after that all happened, so I'm really excited because it is working the way I want it to work. Now I got 3 other areas that will hold water, and they're one slower, and then all 3 of these areas comes down to this one bigger one. And now I'm going to work on probably in the fall a trench to each one to connect to the bigger one. And I got a little bit more work to do on the bigger one so it flows easy into it. And that will be for starting my garden hopefully next year. Yay. We got some more buckets. I might put a couple more buckets out there, dig a hole in late fall, since I know it's going to work out there. The ones that Tim isn't going to use. So, and I'm hoping by the time we get the other connects set up, we'll be back down on our property. There's some other preps going to go happening why we're doing this to make it a little bit easier for us. But I'm excited because I'm looking forward to the end of the season to be down there, to actually be down there for the full winter. I love our neighbor. I love being here with our neighbor. He's very nice. He's very sweet. But anytime I want to go on live, I really can't go live because he'll shut off whatever and he listens to every word, which is fine. I don't care. But there's certain things that he'll listen to and he'll bring up, which is fine. I don't care because I don't have anything to hide anyways. But he puts his own opinions on stuff. He'll go, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. Why aren't you staying here? I finally come up to him and says, eventually we'll have to move back down to our place. Well, give me 2 months. Why give you 2 months? All we have to do is move our trailer. I said, well, we could talk about it when it comes up closer. So I don't know why he wants 2 months, but it's not like we're going to leave him totally, because we're just going to be a half a mile away from him. And I already told him, I said, if I could get what I want done, I said, I will have an area that I'll have a little bit more prep room for my kitchen. I'll be cooking more in my outside, because it'll be in between both of the connexes. And because, it gets really hot. And trailers get really hot during the summer. So, but, I keep saying but. I'm kind of excited because a lot of things are slowly falling into place finally. But the money situation isn't. But that's okay. We'll survive. We always will. So that's where we're at today. That's where we're heading. I'm aiming for moving the trailer down after we get the Connex and get things more set up down there. before, hopefully before winter gets here, and we'll just go from there. I mean, you know, I think it'd be better for all of us. Well, I know it'll be better for Tim and I, you know. I mean, it's not stressful here, but, we would like to be on our own property. We find out, being here, it's really hard to work on anything there. And, you know, like I said, Don's been a wonderful neighbor and he's a wonderful guy, but it's always we. And when he talks mainly about himself and all the knowledge that he has, which is good because you learn a lot of things. But he doesn't think that anybody else knows anything. And sometimes he can make you want to feel that big when you actually know, what's going on. I think he's having a little bit more other issues, but he's a very likable, very sweet guy, and we appreciate him. And we try. I like going out and feeding his chickens and take care of his chickens for him. And I guess when I move down there, I'll have to come up here and do it, just to be doing it. But yeah. But that's basically where we are, and I don't know where all these flies came from, but they're here. So I just wanted to come on and say hello. This is where our updates is, and I don't want to ramble on anymore. So I'm going to say adios and talk to you later.